Hey everyone, welcome back to another Mattel Jurassic World review. Today we're taking a look at the new Amber Collection Velociraptor Charlie. Charlie is the newest figure in the Amber Collection. Now, I got this figure off of Toy Wiz, which means I paid a little bit more than regular retail value. I think I paid $40 for this figure before shipping. It's supposed to retail for $29.99, but I had a little bit of extra birthday money kicking around, so I decided to treat myself to this figure since you really can't get it anywhere else yet. Do I feel a little dirty paying above retail? I mean, yeah, this is the first Jurassic World figure I've paid more than retail for. So yeah, I do feel a tiny bit dirty. So let me just clean up before we do this review. So let's go over the packaging quick before we crack this girl open. It comes in the Amber Collection style packaging, which is exactly the same as the original Velociraptor release. You got the Amber Collection logo up here. You got your Jurassic World symbol all done in the amber coloration. Velociraptor Charlie on the bottom. The whole box is done in black with those amber cracks all over it. And then turning it around, you got the Amber Collection logo front and center. And you also have a picture of Charlie in a big piece of amber and a little history on Charlie. I think Charlie was the one that ended up eating a bazooka in Jurassic World, but, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. So with the package out of the way, let's crack this girl open and take a closer look. And here is Velociraptor Charlie out of the packaging. And I have to say, it is a nice figure, just like the original Raptor release. You do get a couple accessories in the packaging. You get this little rubber head camera that was used in Jurassic World. It is a very flexible rubber material. It is kind of hard to get it on the head of this figure. You have to stretch it and roll it over the figure, but it does not impede the opening of the jaw. It actually stretches with it. It doesn't restrict it at all. And then you get the Amber Collection base with the clear rod to plug the figure in so you can get some dynamic poses out of it. I know this base has received some criticism from the fan community. It just looks like the Raptor taking a giant piss and standing in a puddle of pee, but whatever, it is what it is. The base does serve a purpose when posing the figure. So let's talk about the biggest issue a lot of people are having with this figure. You know, when the promotional images of Charlie came out, the figure was pictured with a darker green coloration. The white wasn't as bright. It was kind of like almost like a very light gray. And then we finally saw the in-package images, and the coloration was just so bright. It was almost jarring. I don't know why Mattel decided to go for this brighter green coloration. I really don't know how I feel about it right now. I personally much prefer the prototype. I was actually kind of upset when they went with this brighter green coloration. Something I definitely have to try to get used to. It's not terrible. I think the biggest problem is the head on this figure. It just looks so plain. When you look at the rest of the body, you can see it goes from like a darker green to a lighter green. So you got this nice mix of green going all along the body, and then you just get to the head and it's just this one color of green. No shading at all. I think just blended a little bit of that light green maybe into the head would have broken it up a little bit. It would stop it from looking so plain looking. So I think just that little touch right there probably would have helped this figure a little bit more. The white is really bright. I kind of wish it was just maybe an off-white or like a light gray like it looked like in the promotional pics. But other than that, like all the markings and stripes are exactly the same if you go back and look at the prototype pics. So I do like it. It's definitely growing on me. I only had this figure for a couple hours. I've just been messing around with it. But yeah, I can understand why a lot of people are not happy about this new color scheme on this figure. All right, so let's zoom in and take a closer look at this figure. You can see the Raptor head is beautifully sculpted, even though, like I said, the green paint on the top part of the head makes it look really plain. So I'm just going to shut the jaw right here and take off his little camera just to give you an idea of how tight this goes on. It actually comes off a lot easier than it did when I was putting it on. So you can see, let me just focus in on it right here. You can just see it's a nice little accessory. It is very flexible, so you won't have to worry about breaking this, rolling it over the head of Charlie. The unfortunate thing is we're also getting a Velociraptor Blue in this Amber collection. She's not coming with the camera, and I think that is a huge missed opportunity by Mattel. I think if they're going to do all the Raptor squad, they should all at least come with the camera. So, those of us that want to recreate that scene from Jurassic World can. So, definitely a big missed opportunity by Mattel by not including this little accessory with blue. All right, getting back to the head, you can see the head is beautifully detailed. There's a lot of great detail in this figure. I do really love the Amber Collection Raptor mold. I mean, like I said, the top of the head just looks really plain with that one color of green. You can see the eye is painted in gold with a black pupil. The bottom jaw is cast in white, but you can see a little black flecks molded into it even on the throat, which breaks up that white coloration. You have a great range of motion with the jaw. You can open it like this and then pull on the top of the head. It can open even further. And then looking inside the mouth, you can see it has a nice gloss coat to give it that wet look. Now the bottom teeth, let me focus in on them, are not painted that great. You can see the red coloration bleeding through. I much preferred the teeth on the original prototypes that we saw like a year and a half ago at Comic-Con. The top teeth are just a plastic insert. I kind of wish they did that for the bottom teeth, then you wouldn't get this sloppy paint look. And I love the range of motion on these Amber Collection Raptors. I already showed off the mouth articulation. The neck can rotate 360 degrees. You can look up, you can look down, and there is a joint right here to allow the head to look down and look up a little bit. And you can see a lot of nice folds and wrinkles along the neck right here. You can see that nice blended of light and dark green paint. You got these darker stripes starting right at the base of the head. They go all the way down the body, on the legs, on the arms, and the stripes actually do continue all the way down to almost the tip of the tail. Moving down to the arms, you can see all the nice markings on his arms right here, and then that green paint gradually gets lighter till you get to the claws where it turns into white. All the claws are painted in black. And for the arm articulation, the arms, these joints are really, really tight on him. You can move his hands about that far. They're on a hinge so they can swing out. You have a hinge at the elbow right here and also 360-degree rotation. Let me just focus in on that better. And then there is a wrist hinge so the hands can swing down and also rotate 360 degrees. And like I said, these figures have a great range of motion. And going down to the body, you can see more of that gray paint blotching that they did to break up that white pattern and turn it over. Let me just disconnect the base quick. You can see more of that black flecks molded into that white paint. And going down to the legs, you can see a lot of beautiful scale detail on the legs right here. A lot of nice muscle definition. And you got more of that dark striping along the leg. And going down to the feet. The feet are a little bit oversized, but these figures can stand without the stand very well, which is an added bonus. Now, this is the only blemish I have on my figure right here. There's a little bit of white paint on this claw. I could probably just scrape that off with my fingernail later on. And for the articulation on the legs can move forwards, they can move backwards. They are on a pivot, so they can pivot in and out. You have a bend, very tight bend at the knee, and there's also rotation at the knee. Going down to the ankle, you do have ankle articulation. It can move in and out, and it's also on a joint that allows it to rotate. Going down to the feet right here, you have another articulation joint that allows the feet to swing up and back, and they can also rotate 360 degrees. And my favorite part right here, the Raptor killing claw also has articulation. There we go, camera focus in. It can move up and down. I love how sharp these claws feel. You can see the claws are painted in black. You know, the feet are white. I kind of wish the green coloration went all the way down to the feet and it is painted in with these dark green striping. Just like I said, just wish the screen continued maybe a little bit further down, maybe stopping at the feet and then slowly going into the white. And then even the back right here, you can see the dew claw on the Raptor is also painted in black. And then going down to the tail, you can see all that nice scale detail on the tail. Now the tail is rubbable and flexible. It's a soft material, and apparently my camera does not like me flexing it, but you can see you got more of that gray coloration mixing in with the white and light green. And you do have a joint at the tail that allows you to swing it side to side, up and down, and you can rotate it 360 degrees if you wish. So all in all, I do absolutely love these Raptor molds for the Amber collection. These are definitely geared to the older collector, and yeah, I think they are definitely worth that $30 price point. All right, let's move on with some comparisons. I don't have any of the Amber Collection human figures. I never picked up Ian, and Owen Grady is available on Toy Wiz, but it's going for a stupid price. So I'm not really too interested in the human characters. I'm just more interested in the dinosaurs right now. So here it is with one of the figures from the main line. Here it is with John Hammond, and here it is with its other Amber Collection Raptor. Here's the original Raptor that's modeled after the ones from Jurassic Park. These two figures do look really, really cool together. And here it is with the original Attack Pack Charlie. You can see the Amber Collection one is a vast improvement. And here it is with the new Primal Attack Savage Strike Charlie. I really like the Savage Strike Charlie. I much prefer that darker color green. I kind of wish this Amber Collection one did have the same darker coloration as this Savage Strike Charlie, but these two figures do look really nice together. And I just have one more comparison. Here it is with one of Rebor's unofficial Raptors. I think this one is Pete. I think it's modeled after Echo, the coloration on it. I could be wrong, and I know if I'm wrong, people will definitely let me know in the comments. So final thoughts on this figure. Like I've been saying throughout the whole review, my biggest issue is the color scheme Mattel decided to go up with this figure. I much prefer the darker green on the prototype versus this brighter green. You know, the brighter green probably wouldn't bother me so much if the head had a little bit of shading and definition to it instead of looking just so plain. I think it would have made this brighter green coloration much easy for us collectors to swallow. But other than that, this is a great figure. The Amber Collection Raptor mold is absolutely fantastic. I love all the posability options you can get on this. All the joints on this figure are extremely tight, and I think it's a great figure. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I ended up getting this figure for $10 more than retail from Toy Wiz. I'm not going to put the link in the description because I'm not going to promote a site that sells brand new figures for higher than retail value. I'm sure this will be popping up at Amazon or GameStop whenever these are going to be available for its regular retail price. So like I said, I just treated myself just to get this figure in a little bit early. So just stay patient. You know, you'll very easily be able to get this figure for the retail price of $29.99. And actually, Amber Collection Blue is already shipping through Amazon Canada. It was up for pre-order on Amazon for us in the US. So hopefully that figure will be coming out soon, and I'm sure Charlie will be right behind it. So that will do it for the review. As always, if you're liking the content on this channel, show your support by hitting that subscription button just below the video. Each subscription helps out the channel tremendously, and it's greatly appreciated. And I'll see you guys for the next one.